at the Ganges.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Drinking OEs.
Yeah, it's time.
It's time.
Yes.
On behalf of the Hood Smoker Podcast, we would like to say, as the list of legends keeps continuing to go on and on and on, we keep the questions strong. Enough platforms stir the pot, you don't have to.
Take that.
Enough platforms do that effort, you don't have to.
Take that.
Get your smoke, get your drink, get all your cake snacks, and get ready for the Hood Smoker Podcast.
What up, Joe?
Welcome.
What up, Joe?
Welcome.
Good Smokers Podcast on Wednesday and Saturday night. Jay Gutta and brotherkingx and Blatonio Todd. Good Smokers Podcast on Wednesday and Saturday night. Jay Gutta and brotherkingx and Blatonio Todd.
What up, Joe?
What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? Welcome to the show. It's the Hood Smoker Podcast. Tonight we got a special episode. We got a special guest. Some might know him as Strike. Some might know him as Strike Cash. It's the legendary Strike Money is in the building straight out of Detroit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, take that,
more
take
than a
that, take
triple
that.
threat. Rapper, actor, director. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot more to it, and we're going to get into all that tonight on the Hood Smoker Podcast.
Yes.
What up, though, family?
What up,
Joe? What's going on, man? What's the word?
Chilling,
Hey.
though. You know, we got Blatonio Todd in the building. Like I said, our other co-host, brotherkingx, has just suffered a loss. So, not sure if
Yeah.
it's happening tonight.
Condolences to his family, man. Condolences to
We
his family.
appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, we've been going through some troubled waters and stuff, but we try and keep the show going on. And man, we appreciate that. Welcome to the
No
show,
doubt.
man. If you want to just break it down, like anybody who might not even be on board, just who you are, because I mean, we know who you are and everything like that. Definitely on
No,
board,
man.
but just
No,
anybody
definitely.
let them know.
No,
Yeah, just give like a
definitely.
brief.
No, definitely. My name is Strike. A lot of people call me Strike Money. If you know anything about Detroit hip hop, my first legendary group I came up with was actually PMO, Poor Man's Orchestra, with DJ Todd, Chase, Trick. That was my first group. I actually used to dance in the group. So that'll tell you how far I go back in hip hop as a dancer, like Scoop and Scrap Lover. But I was actually rapping the whole time. And one day we was in the studio and I just started busting out some rhymes. And they was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Kid is dope. And then I came back to record my own demo. And they was like, yo, you might as well just join the group. So I joined the group. Trick ended up passing away. Grasshopper, rest in peace to him, to Tim. And then I went on and started a group called the Mountain Climbers, legendary group out of Detroit. We opened up for some of everybody, man, from, De La Soul to Exhibit, Most Def, and then Proof. Actually, Bizarre was the first one to reach out to me. So, shout out to Bizarre from D12. I forever got love for Bizarre, for Busy, because Busy started getting me beats from cats out of New York. Busy kind of really took me up under his wing. You know what I'm saying? Started showing me the game on the industry side and teaching me all the rules to the game and everything. Took me out to New York to go meet with Proof. And when Proof got in the position, I was his first artist he signed. So rest in peace to Proof for D12, man. That was my brother. That was my heart. That was my baby, man. Like, I'm probably still not in my right mind after that murder. You know what I mean? Like, it's some things that change you for life. But I got my big break in the movie. I got my big break with Proof on the label first, Iron Fist Records. You know what I'm saying? That was actually my big break. A lot of people think it was 8 Mile, but my record deal was with Proof. And then I got my next big break in the movie 8 Mile with Eminem, playing the character Lickety Split. And then from there, it just, we just took off running.
That's what's up. I think a lot of people don't see that too. That's what I was going to say. Is like, like a lot of people don't see that, like what you're known for right there. But it's like you had your foot in the door, like what you just said there.
And
That's
like
why
I
I like,
wanted to take
like
it even
to
further
let
back
people
than
know.
that, even
Oh yeah,
before the
definitely,
mountain
man.
climbers. Like I want to
Yeah.
even go further back than even the mountain climbers. You were talking about how you was dancing. Like, are you talking about like what year? Are you talking about like what year hip hop?
You're talking about like 90. You know what I'm saying? 1990, 91, 92.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
when
yeah.
like
You
Yeah.
know
when
what I'm
pop
saying?
was
90,
dancing. You know what I'm saying? There was a
93.
lot of rappers that got their
Yeah.
start. That was, I mean, dancing
Yeah.
is part of one of the elements, one of hip hop. You know, one of
Of
the
hip hop.
Oh
original.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely, man. Definitely, man. We was, in my hood, it was like if you couldn't dance, you know what I'm saying, people looked at you kind of funny.
Right.
From the east
Yeah.
side of Detroit, you know what I mean? It was either you beatbox, you rap, you dance, or you did all of them. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
And the
So,
graffiti. Yeah, graffiti
and the
tagging.
graffiti. Definitely the graffiti.
Right.
Definitely the
Yeah.
graffiti. You know what I'm saying? So it's been alive in Detroit. It's been alive. It's been there. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you're familiar with like old school, I think that's why my partner, Gutta was saying on here is, like with the dancing and stuff. If you're familiar with like Houdini and UTFO, we got a Doc Ice coming on here, who started out as a
Definitely.
dancer from Houdini, and yeah, so Doc Ice was known, like first as a dancer, but
Right.
some don't
Right.
know
Right.
he's
Right.
John
That's
Lil's
what I
brother.
mean. A lot of
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
rappers were dancers
But like with
first.
dancing, that's like I think that kind of starts off,
Yeah, me and my man on Facebook, his name is Paid Main. You could tag him in this, what I'm saying. Me and him used to practice every week
Mm.
on routines. And we learned from another guy named Catman. Catman was like the illest. So, that was our life, man. That was our life at one point in time.
That's what's up. Yeah. I'm gonna ask the cliche question, Gutter. Like usually we go like right into it of like when you first fell in love with hip hop, kind of like to give us a feel of or let the viewers know. First song you might have heard, like may not be your favorite rapper, just that's what got you. I want to do this.
The thing that got me to fall in love with hip hop, I'll never forget it, is when um I went upstairs. I snuck upstairs in my neighbor's house, upstairs to the attic. My homeboy Amp had an older brother named Chris, and they used to always be dancing in the attic, but we never knew what they was doing. And one day, I snuck upstairs in the attic, and what I seen changed my life. It was a guy DJing. It was Chris because he was a DJ. He was cold. He was cutting, and I used to DJ too. Like I used to DJ too. You know what I'm saying? And the crew was
So,
breakdancing while he was DJing. And yo, that was the first time I seen breakdancing ever in my whole life. Like I never seen nobody spinning on their head, nobody doing backspins. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
No,
yeah,
nobody doing handspins. You know what I'm saying? Like
hmm
it blew me away. You know what I'm saying? And
hmm
I knew right then and there when I walked away, I was like, I want to do this.
yeah,
I want to do this. And then Daryl and Joe from Run DMC.
yeah,
I never forget it. I never forget it. Shorty walking up the street, and the dude came by. The older drug dealers in my hood. Um, One of them came by in a black Renegade Jeep with the doors off. He had the speakers in the back, banging, and he was bumping that Daryl and Joe. And I was like, man, what the fuck is that? I was like, yo. And that shit and it was like, it all happened in the same week. It was like maybe the next day, I believe. It was like one day I went upstairs, seen them breakdancing. The next day I'm walking down the street, I hear Daryl and Joe, and I was just like, I was done. I was like, yo, this is it. You know what I
yeah.
mean? You know what I
hmm
mean? And
Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
and then when LL Cool J came out with his records, oh man. You
Yeah.
couldn't tell me I wasn't a little young LL back in the days, practicing and, you know what I'm saying, writing
No
rhymes and
doubt.
acting like I was performing in front of 30,000 people. You know what I mean?
Right.
hmm
Yeah, man. Beautiful time. Beautiful time.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, no, I mean, and like what you just said right there, like hip hop, seeing people, like you said that the Renegade passing by and stuff that was popular. There was the Suzuki Samurai. I remember seeing, people just bumping.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that right there,
Yep.
man.
But
man.
when you talked about graffiti, I'm from Southwest Detroit, so we know all about graffiti down there in Southwest and shit.
And nothing but graffiti lit up out there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we
Yeah.
definitely into that. But now, so what about the mountain climbers? So did you come up? Was Proof the owner of Iron Fist Records? I mean, how can you break that down to how Iron Fist? Because I know Iron Fist Records, Mountain Climbers, and I know Proof was a part of that, but I don't know the exact like.
Oh no, yeah, Proof was the owner of Iron Fist Records, no question.
That's kind
No
of what I
question.
thought too.
That was his label. Yeah, that was his label. And then through the connections with me, that's how Firstborn even met Proof to be a part of Iron Fist Records, to be the vice president of Iron Fist. Because he didn't know Proof. I introduced him to Proof.
Shout out to Firstborn.
Yep. So Proof owned Iron Fist Records, and it was really the strike deal over at Iron Fist Records. I just brought my crew along with me because I wasn't gonna leave them behind.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was really the deal for strike, and I just brought the mountain climbers with me. That's how that worked out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he loved the mountain climbers too. He was like, we do the deal with them next, but I want to do the deal with you first because you're the one that that's been out here, this most current, that everybody knows.
Right.
Yeah. That's what's up.
He looked at me. He looked at me as the leader. You know what I'm saying? Which I was the leader of the crew, and just a leader in Detroit. Period.
Yeah.
So
That's
not to jump ahead a little bit past that. So what about how'd you get the role in 8 Mile as Lickety Split? Was that because like did you want the main role or did you want to just be part of the free world? I mean, did you have a choice? Did you have to go through an acting classes?
I didn't want to be a part of nothing. To be honest
so
with you,
you were kind of just like somebody called you.
I just thought we would have extra roles in the movie because we knew we knew Proof. I was signed to Proof's label. So I just figured like, we'll probably get an extra role in it. I never was entitled to the movie or thought I should be a big role in the movie or nothing because this was Eminem's movie. You know what I mean? Like this was his thing. So I was just like, we'll probably get an extra role, walk through that mug or whatever. And then I was actually on the run from the feds at that time, fighting the case. And I remember me and my manager going up there to the Ebony. What was it? Not the Ebony Showcase. It was Lush Lounge over there in Hamtramck. I actually opened that up. Me and the Mountain Climbers opened that up that night. I mean, the first night for them. So it became an iconic hip hop spot where everybody would go to, and we decided, wasn't nothing going on. And we was like, we're going to go there. We pulled up and we seen these white people out there passing out cards. And immediately, we started thinking like, damn, this might be the police. They might, because I had incidents where I was on stage rapping in St. Andrews and the feds was coming through the front door and Hex Murder would be like, yo, get the fuck up out of here. They just came through the front door looking for you. And I would have to run out the back door and go run and hide and jump on a bus and go down Woodward, to get up out of there safe. I had like my movie is gonna be crazy because it's all real shit that happened. So that day my manager was like, if it's the police and they run up on you, he said, I'm gonna start shooting in the air and you just run around the corner and I'll pick you up. And that was our plan. We was crazy. You know what I mean? We was nuts back then, man. And rest in peace, Molly Finn. That's my baby, man. Casting director for 8 Mile. When I walked up to her, he was like, hi, I'm Molly Finn for the Untitled Detroit Project, the Eminem movie. I said, oh yeah, I know Eminem. I know Proof of them. She said, what's your name? I said, Strike. She said, Strike, we've been looking for you. We've heard nothing but good things about you and we want you to come down and try out this role. That's exactly how that went, man. And the next day, I went down there for casting. Like it felt like the whole Detroit hip hop was out there, and they just marched me up to the front. And all I kept hearing was, "Man, where you going, Strike? Hey, yo, Strike, where you going? What's up, Strike? What's up?" You know what I mean? That was the day the gift and the curse happened. I wish nobody would have seen me go to the front of that line. You know what I'm saying? And just walk right in. I wish they would have just took me through like a back entrance and nobody would have ever seen me. Because
Yeah.
everybody that day trying out for the character Lickety Split, I had no idea.
Mm.
Oh, but
Everybody that
yeah,
day.
I got.
So I
Yeah.
went in there and I remember what got me into the casting was they told me the lines and they said, "All right, go ahead and give it your shot." And the lines was when I jumped on the car and got pulled off the car.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So there was no car in front of me. You know what I'm saying? I backed up and acted like it was a car there and just ran and just jumped in the air and acted like I landed on the car and then gave my lines. And Molly was like, "What the fuck did she just do?"
A
You know what I'm
natural, man.
saying?
Yeah.
And she was
So
like, "Yo, all right, I'll give you a call back." And like 2 weeks went by and I didn't get a call. So I was like, I probably didn't get it. You know what I mean? Probably somebody came in there that was better for the part. I started hearing like they had like people like Anthony Mackie coming in and Mekhi Phifer coming in. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
I was like, man, I probably ain't gonna grab it. You know what I'm saying? Then I got a call to come meet the director on the set while they were shooting. And they was like, do the same thing that you just did. So I acted like it was a car there, jumped on the car, or jumped on a fake car. There was no car there. Gave my lines. The director, Curtis Hanson, rest in to Curtis Hanson, man, he didn't even blink. I thought it was, I thought I sucked. Well, he just turned around and walked away. But the producer that was with him, she turned around, looked at me, and winked. And I was like, oh shit, I might be in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's over. This might be going down. And yeah, man, I got the call. Well, my manager, my manager Mello, shout out to Mello. He came that night banging on the door and talking about let me get your autograph and had the script. And we was going through the script, seeing how many times Lickety Split was in there. And he was like, "Man, you a superstar, man. You in this movie."
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah,
What's up?
that's what happened, man.
Yeah.
So did that open a lot
Yeah.
of doors in the acting world? Is that because I see we got a question in the chat? Shout out Shabby Smith, but he wanted to know about any that he knows that you're a director, actor, movie maker, and he wanted to know what future projects you have. Did that give you a lot of
Yeah.
connects in the music movie industry?
Yeah, man. See, what people don't know is I have been writing movies the whole time before I was signed to Iron Fist. That's something I wanted to do. I always was following after Ice Cube. Ice Cube was like a big heavy, still is a big heavy role model in my life. His moves he made in hip hop from music to film. So
Yeah.
early I was like, I understood it like, okay, I ain't gonna be rapping forever, but I got a natural writing talent. So I've been writing poems and stories since I was like 7 years old. So I just started writing movies probably when I was like 18, 19. I've been writing movies, you know what I'm saying, banging scripts out. So after the movie 8 Mile, I went to prison, came home, got in a couple other movies, but I immediately went to wanting to produce and direct my own project. So yeah, I got a project that's out right now. Two Brothers. It's on Rady Plus. You can download Rady Plus in your app store. It was on Tubi. I got another project coming out called Aces High. Major TV show. Crazy. Another one called Jason Maserati.
Mm.
Stupid crazy joint. And then I got a comedy called Interrogation Room with a lot of the influencers that you see from like Big Homie Blocks, McAfoo, you know what I'm saying? Some real big dogs that's up in that joint. So, January 2026 is me really kicking off my I would like to say my world of dropping movies and what I'm saying TV shows and showing the world what I can do. Just really following behind, people like Ice Cube. I'm writing an animation, a kids cartoon right now. Me and my daughter's working on that. It's called Bongo Republic. Just taking some notes from Eddie Murphy. I actually got to look at that Netflix special on Eddie Murphy. My boy told me, man, you got to watch it. So yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? And then I got an agent. I've been in a bunch of stuff as well. Still a bunch of Tubi movies. Worked with Dennis Reed. Worked with Man Robinson. Shout out to Dennis Reed, Man Robinson, Sullivan, Mr. Sullivan, out in Atlanta, Georgia as well. So I'm in a bunch of those movies as well. And I just did America's Most Wanted. They had me playing the killer in
Oh
America's
shit.
Most Wanted, the TV show. Yeah. So got another movie getting ready to do, star in with Man Robinson. They'll be doing the casting this week. And I got like maybe 10 other movies that I wrote, man, that I'm looking to, produce. You know what I'm saying? Looking if anybody want to get with me on the production side, to match dollars with me, I'm definitely open. I got a bunch of other big projects. I got the distribution already. So Spike Lee mentioned me on his Instagram last year. That was really, really hype. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to mention me by name. So I'm just really grateful, man, enjoying the ride, man, enjoying everything, man. Definitely the
Yeah,
doors are open. I'm just really grateful.
that's what's up, man. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we leave that, like that right there is like what you said about with Ice Cube, like inspiring you, like to do movies and stuff like that. It's like hip hop, I think, opens a lot of those doors, um,
No doubt.
to
No
take it back.
doubt. And I'm
Yeah.
still doing music, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm out in
I was
Cali
gonna
right
ask
now.
you, that was my
I'm in
next
Cali
question. I was
right
gonna be
now,
like,
man.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, man. I'm about to go meet up with Dirty Bird. You know what I'm saying? 10-time platinum producer Bird from Detroit, Michigan. He's out in Cali. You know what I mean? So I'm about to go meet up with
yeah.
Bird like tonight. Actually spending the night at his mansion out there. And we're going to the studio tonight. We're going to the Rams game tomorrow. Then we back in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Working.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
and you beat me to it. Yeah, because that was gonna be my next thing. Is,
Yeah,
it's always our
the
first
music.
passion and everything like that. That was gonna be is like you still making this stuff together. I mean, some
Oh,
people
definitely,
you find
man.
new avenues.
Definitely.
Hell yeah,
Yeah, I got a whole new project. Shout out to White Mike out in Detroit. We working on some production as well. My cousin Juan, Street Lord Juan, that's my cousin.
oh, Street
We
Lil
working
One.
on some
All right,
production.
Shout out to
Yeah, yeah.
Street
We
Lord. He
working on
just
some.
messaged me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
shout
working
out
on
Street
some
Lord.
major production. His project, crazy, 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 crazy. His whole album is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And so
that's what's up.
I'm
Shout out to
working with
Street
him
Lil
behind the
One.
scenes on his project. Oh yeah, definitely. So
Yeah.
I mean, to me, he helped. Like to me, he really helped Detroit in a lot of major ways. A lot of people don't know. He don't get a lot of credit that he deserves.
That's
But
what's
Yeah.
up.
he helped out a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? He helped out a lot of us. Big Sean, Icewear Vezo. You know what I'm saying? Both of them can say, Juan has always been in all of our corners to help us out, whether it was from mentoring or picking up a phone call, calling somebody to help a deal go through. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
He's always been that. You know what I'm saying? He's helped a lot of people pop off and get into a better position. He don't really get the credit he deserves. So I want to give him his flowers right now and tell him live on this thing. Thank you, cuz. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Detroit appreciates you, and you definitely gonna get your just due.
Most definitely. Yeah. Shout out
Amen.
Street Lord
Amen.
Wine. Yeah, he's a
Amen.
real
Yeah.
one. And I
Yeah.
know
Definitely.
he got some
Shout
new
out.
heat. He
Yeah.
been dropping some new heat and it's dope. Everybody go check that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to our homie Starstruck. He produced a couple joints on there. So yeah, no. We
Yeah.
definitely rock with Street Lord Wine.
Yeah.
He actually had messaged me while we was live. So
Yeah.
asking him about when we was
Absolutely. And
going
that's what
live
we're
and
trying
shit.
to do is give people their
So I'm
just
sure he's
due.
tuned
The
in right
just
now.
due
Shout
right
out
there
Street Lord
on this
Wines.
platform.
Black Jesus in the building. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I can't
Let's
say
see.
everybody's name.
Yeah.
But Shady's Beats wanted me to
Yeah.
tell you what up though, and that they send love to you and the family and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
my
shout out to
baby, Shady Beats
Shady Beats.
for
What
life,
up,
no
though?
doubt. Shady Beats, no doubt. What up, though, baby?
And shout out, homie.
That's the truth right there. She be connecting the dots.
Yeah.
right.
Shout
Yeah,
out. Yeah.
most definitely. Most definitely. So,
Yeah.
what else you got going on? Like, what do you like? Is movies more your passion, or is the music the passion? Like, where do you feel you like? What do you prefer to do more, like creating the music or the movies?
Or it's all in the same
Well,
vein sometimes. Like,
Well, I think it's you just said it, bro. It's all really in the same veins because with the movies, I get a chance to make the music on the soundtracks, to put the music inside of the movies. You know what I'm saying? So writing is my deep passion. So, it's from either writing music or writing movies. You know what I'm saying? Like me and Juan got a movie that we working on. I've actually wrote a couple movies for Juan, for Russell Simmons Music Group. I've been writing for a very, very long time, doing this before I had a deal. Before I even had a deal. You know what I'm saying? People don't know this. So um, it's really both. You know what I mean? I like to say I'm a mogul in the game. I got a clothing line, Strike Money Clothing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Everybody loves it. I got to get more gear right now because I can't keep it. You know what I mean? Looking for a team to partner up with me. Just a team to work. You know what I'm saying? This thing because it's gotten bigger than what I can handle by myself. You know what I'm saying?
bet.
And I
Hmm.
want to be able to move in the magic show so that we can get the clothing line all up in the stores. You know what I'm saying? And be able to generate millions of dollars to come back to Detroit to really open up some things for the community. You know what I'm saying? Really make an economic and social change in our community. Do some things for the senior citizens. Do some things for the homeless. Do some things for the kids. You know what I'm saying? Be able to
Yes.
offer them, free studio time because it's so
Yeah.
expensive. But free studio time in the places that like myself or Juan or you guys will be at. You know what I mean? Where they could get
Yeah.
you know fully educated on everything. And don't get me wrong, a hit can come out of your homeboy's basement, you know what I mean? No doubt. But, for the
Yeah.
kids that are looking to grow with this thing and become great engineers and music producers, we want to give them that free access, so they don't have to go through what we went through, paying a kidney and a
Yeah.
rib. I still don't got my kidney and rib back. You know what I'm saying? This
Right.
game,
Yeah.
this game is so expensive. You know what I'm saying? But
Yes.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
I love the game, man. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I love it, man. I love the music. I love the films. I love the clothing line industry. Again, like just coming up in the industry, you know, that was really like some things that was like really big to me watching Maurice Malone. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Maurice Malone. Watching him do what he did, you know what I'm saying? Um, Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Diddy, doing what he did with the clothing
I
line.
already know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah.
Um,
John. Yeah.
uh, man, there's so many people. Mark Echo. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
Echo. Yep. Echo.
Moschino.
Eminem
You
had
know what
his
I'm saying?
had his clothing thing out there, Shady Limited, I think it was called something like that.
Yeah, no doubt. Shady had the shoes and everything. Shout out to M, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know when I had my case, proof went to M, put up 10,000 for my bond. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him. Shout out to everybody over there at Shady Records. Me and Paul Rosenberg, we had our little time. You know what I mean? We had our little back and forth at one time, but we put that shit behind us. I was mad about Proof's death. I was angry. You know what I'm saying? I probably said some shit I shouldn't
Yeah.
have said. And I take accountability as a grown man to be like, yo, my bad, I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? I really jumped the gun on some things, just being angry. So I tell the young people, watch your anger. You know what I'm saying? Watch your anger. Watch your anger. You know what I'm saying? But truth of the matter is I love M. Gonna always love M. You know what I'm saying? For what he did for me. You know what I'm saying? It was a time where like, we all would be traveling in Detroit, moving around the whole city together. You know what I'm saying? Going to the fireworks. You know what I'm saying? My kids would call M Uncle M. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's just those memories that you can't forget when a person was there for you and helped you out. You know what I mean? I know M catch a lot of scrutiny on, being more active in Detroit and helping more people out in Detroit. Um,
Hmm.
but it's a lot of politics tied around the biggest artist in the world. You know what I mean? It's a lot of
Right.
politics tied behind it. I didn't understand it when I was on Proof's label because I was just like, "Yo, fuck that. Let's just get our label deal with Shady Records, Interscope. We good. You know what I mean?"
Mm.
Mhm.
But it was just a lot of politics behind that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That ultimately, led to a lot of things happening the way that they happened. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
it's still good. It's all good.
yeah. No, I've noticed that. Like for sure, because like when you see like recent things, Eminem just on low key hanging out, he still got the same crew, and they just used to think, oh, he gonna turn his back on all these guys he put him on, and then he didn't. That right there, you see him at the game and shit. He chilling. He got Biz right there. You got
Yeah, I mean, some things gonna always be the way it's gonna be. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
then you gotta just take it
yeah,
for what it is and make it work for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
You see, he got his hand
yeah.
in. He getting that NFL paycheck now too. He's doing the music for the
Oh,
Lions, like their halftime shows. He's the one who's coordinating all that.
Oh, M.
Yeah, the first one will be the Thanksgiving show. He bringing what's his name? Jack White from the White Stripes. He's gonna have him perform at the
oh yeah,
Thanksgiving Day game.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm not
yeah,
surprised, man. I'm definitely not surprised. That's a power move. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I think that they just cornered the game. You know what I mean? And it all makes sense to do stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
yeah.
I think as time goes on, we're going to see a lot more interaction because Detroit is a new Detroit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Detroit is the home of Icewear Vezo, Peasy, you know what I'm saying? Rio, you know what I'm
Easy,
saying?
yo.
Sada Baby, you know what I mean? 42 Doug, you know what I mean?
Yep,
GT, you know what I mean?
yep.
Payroll, you know what I mean? Detroit,
Yes.
Juan, you know what I mean? Detroit is a new Detroit now, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think it's just going to be a lot more interaction, you know what I'm saying? Can't figure, there's a lot of people I'm not mentioning. Big Sean, you know what I'm saying?
Baby
Definitely been
Charles,
holding
Baby
Detroit
Charles.
down. You know what I'm saying?
Got Baby
Shout out to
Charles.
Big
Oh,
Sean,
Baby Face Ray. Got
Babyface
Baby
Ray.
Face Ray.
Gotta say Babyface Ray,
Right.
man.
Right. Right.
My
Yes.
homie
Yeah.
Sam, you know what I'm saying? Shabazz. Um,
Hmm.
I mean, man, there's so many people, man. I don't even want to get in trouble by not mentioning somebody's name. So
Right.
I just say the
G
whole
Mac
Detroit.
Cash. G Mac Cash.
Yeah, yeah, man. Oh man, come on, man. G Mac Cash. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys are like putting their foot in this game, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I love to see it from everybody. I love to see it. So it's definitely a whole new Detroit today. And
Yeah.
you know, a lot of old school cats like to say we paved the way. Um, but what I say is these guys stepped in it and they made their mark because um I think people like Detroit's Most Wanted, those guys really paved the way for all of us.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I'm
Amen.
saying?
Yeah.
Monty Ski, shout out to Monty Ski, shout
Mm.
out to AWOL, shout out to Rap Mafia, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Smiley,
Hmm.
Chaos the Maestro,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Chaos Maestro. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Duncan
you know what I mean?
Hines.
Like you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Awesome Dre, even
Mhm.
Isham, you know what I mean? I don't really,
Echo.
yeah, you
Dice.
know what
Can't
I'm
forget
saying?
my homie Dice right there, man. I gotta
You know what I'm
mention
Yeah.
Dice.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Merciless Amir. I mean, shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jack
Merciless
Frost.
Amir. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
J to the
A
D.
to the D. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, yo, those
Prince Vince.
guys right there.
Rest they soul. Prince Vince, rest
Yeah,
they
man.
soul.
Jay
Yeah, man.
Dilla.
Like
Rest in peace, Jay
Jay
Dilla.
Dilla. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, and I
those
can't forget
people.
Jack Frost. Hold on, Jack Frost
Jack
rolls with
Frost.
us. So
Jack
yeah,
Frost. Oh, man, my homie Jack Frost.
Yeah,
Dog.
that's my
My
guy. Yeah.
dog.
it's my
Can't
guy.
forget
Yeah.
him. Like I remember Jack Frost seeing me writing rhymes outside of this club. And Jack Frost telling me like, "Yo, you gonna make it, bro. You gonna get there." You know what I mean? And that was so inspiring for Jack Frost to walk up and tell me that. You know what I'm saying? These are legends to me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like these are our
Yes.
legends, and we gotta like just speaking about this makes me say when the time is right and the check is right, I want to do something for our Detroit legends, this major that has never been done. more than just acknowledgement and flowers, but you know what I'm saying, a real staple for them. You know what I mean? So that it's known around the world. You know what I'm saying? Where this sound actually started from, where it got cultivated from, and where it grew to this day. You know what I mean? So definitely, man.
man.
Shout out to all of them, man. Without them, definitely wouldn't have no strike money, for sure.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
I
what's
thought
up,
I,
man.
I thought I
Yeah,
was Chaos and Maestro and Merciless Amir. You couldn't tell me I
yeah,
wasn't. You know what I mean? I thought I was Monty
mm-hmm.
Ski and Jack Frost and J to the D. You know what I mean? Like as a
Yeah,
kid
Yeah,
growing up, I copied all of them. You know what I mean? I'm
yeah,
not afraid to say it. I copied all those guys. You know what I'm saying? Like shoot.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Hell
yeah,
yeah. Who didn't want to be Monty Ski with a big ass fur on with that hat talking that talk? Come on
yeah.
now.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Detroit
Come on
always
Amen.
had
now.
that
Yeah.
style. I mean, Awesome Dre with the two guns, the LL and Kumo D's head.
Oh,
Nobody else was doing
oh,
that
yeah,
back
yeah.
then.
Oh
Oh
man,
man.
he was
Yeah.
crazy. He was
Yeah, he
Nobody
went
else
up,
was
crazy.
doing that
like two of the
back in the
biggest
80s.
superstars at the time, and yeah, he put Detroit on the map with, like going at two of the biggest. Yeah, we need to get him back
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, that's that
Boss.
Detroit
Rest in
state of
peace to
mind.
boss.
Yeah,
You
rest
know,
in
rest
peace,
in peace to
boss, no
boss.
doubt.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man, for sure.
Yeah,
Detroit all day.
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Now,
man.
so you've been across seas too, right? You've been all over the place and done. You've been to the UK.
I haven't been to the UK yet. I'm planning on going to the
Nope.
UK. Right before hold on guys. I can't take that call right now. Right before Super MC, man, that shit he
Oh
did
Oh,
yeah, that's a
really,
shout
horrible
out
I was
Super
shit.
like,
MC.
man,
Yes,
Mm.
man.
you know.
We rock with Super MC. Just so you
Prayers to
know.
everybody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
prayers.
know
Yeah,
what? I did until he killed, you know what I mean? So he did that shit, and I was like, yo, bro, like, come on, man. What the fuck, man? But that was like one of my best friends. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I'm
Yeah,
heartbroken because I know him personally, like, bro, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to do a tour with him and everybody and go overseas. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna just pick it up with everybody else, and we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. Definitely.
yeah.
no
Oh,
doubt, no
yeah, man.
doubt. Yeah, that was just a sad
Yeah.
situation all the way around. You know what I'm saying? We've had
Yeah,
bad
that's
soup
Man,
what we've
on
been.
camera.
Yeah,
come
yeah,
on, man.
Uh,
Come on, man.
but, yeah,
Come on, man. Come on,
yeah,
man. That was my brother needed some help, man.
yeah,
He was in a dark place, and they should have seen that, man. But we gonna keep it pushing.
yeah,
no doubt,
yeah,
no doubt, no doubt. But it's definitely an honor to have you on here and shit. Like I said, I
yeah,
mean, like when everybody told us, like, you know who Strike Money is right away, everybody was like, Strike from Mountain Climbers. I mean, Mountain Climbers was a legendary group out of Detroit, helped
yeah.
pave
And
the
I
way
was
for a
familiar
lot of
with that
people.
too. Yeah, mountain climbers. Yeah,
Yeah, so it's definitely an honor to have you on here and shit. And Brother King X was real close with Firstborn, actually. So that's why
yeah.
I
Actually, he
wish
was
he was
working with
on
him
here
for a
with
little
us.
while too. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah. They was
yeah.
working
So
together.
yeah.
Yeah, so
That's why I'm kind of bummed out that King X ain't here right now because I think you guys would have a lot to chop up on.
right, right,
Um,
right. So you got any stories you can share with us? Like it can be like anything that stands out, just to like something that you can share with the viewers right here and with us. Like either like a story, it can be anything, a studio session, a live show, move maybe behind the scenes at a movie set that just stands out. That it ain't even got to be with a celebrity or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Just something that a funny story that stands out you can share with everybody. We usually ask each guest this.
Um, man, I got so many stories, bro. Golly, man. I don't know, man. So many times with Proof in the studio, man.
yeah.
Um, Man, working over at Sick Notes. Dogmatic. Shout out to Dogmatic, K Stone.
Oh man,
Another
yeah.
legend, another
Dogmatic.
legend,
We,
another legend, another
yeah,
legend. Gotta mention K Stone. Gotta mention Dogmatic.
yeah. We apologize.
Um,
Yeah, he rocked with us. Yeah, like,
yeah, definitely. That's my dog. Man, let me see. You know what's some crazy? Okay, I'll tell you a crazy story. Dirty Bird, when he got his check for doing PIMP for 50,
Mm.
the dude started buying alligators in the studio. Like he had a big ass tank that had alligators in the studio.
Oh, shit.
And yeah, and it was crazy, man, because I watched him like he was always hustling, but when he got that check, man, he just went crazy. You know what I'm saying? It was new everything. And then I remember him getting jammed up with the feds, and they moved the studio to one of his cribs he had, and like Jared, shout out to Jared. Um, he was engineering, and I was like the only one that could go over there to his house and record. And and I thought that
Yeah.
was really like, that was like a really blessed moment for me to be able to record with Jared on Dirty Bird's equipment. Yeah, man, that was really, really cool, man. Because Bird was locked up, and he still let us go over there to where his mom was at and record. Um, and I got so many stories, man. Shoot, in the studio with Jeezy and Trey Songz. That was funny, man. Like that was really, really cool. Jeezy was really, really cool as hell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trey Songz is funny, man. He's just a funny cat, man. Like in a good way. In a good way.
Yeah.
Right.
Let me see. You know who probably is the funniest person to be in the studio with though? Bizarre. I gotta say, Bizarre
Oh yeah, shout
probably is
out
like
Bizarre.
Oh,
shout
yeah.
out
Shout
Bizarre,
out
man.
Bizarre. But yeah, no,
Bizarre is
that's what's
like
up.
he's probably
Well,
like the coolest person to be in the studio because he makes you step your game up. I remember Bizarre telling me, how to step my game up in the studio and get better, and everything. So yeah, man, Bizarre is probably like one of the best guys. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to
yeah.
Bizarre. Yeah, I knew
But shout
Bizarre
out
way back
Bizarre right there.
St. Andrew
Yeah.
days and shit. Before they really popped off D12 and all that. Like I knew Bizarre back then. Bizarre's cool people
Yeah.
and shit. Yeah, I done
No,
some
that's what's
shows
up.
with him
Yeah.
too. Yeah. Shout out to Bizarre. He's still doing his
Yeah,
shit too.
Bizarre. Yeah, Bizarre,
Good.
man, is like, yeah, he doing Freestyle Fridays and he dropping a new album. I'm definitely gonna be rocking with him on some stuff. I'm trying to think like a crazy, crazy, crazy moment. Man, I tell you one thing, man. Okay, so the mountain climber sessions. Shout out to Dion, my man Dion, who used to hold me down when I was locked up. They had a studio above this club called Tiffany's that they own. And nobody really knew they had a studio up there. And man, we used to do like 4 days straight up in there, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about like every day, all day, every day, all day.
Yeah.
They had
No
a
sleep.
shower and all of that.
Yeah. No
So
sleep. Just
no sleep.
yeah.
And that's when I got my deal. Cause Proof got wind that I was in the studio for 4 days straight. And I think we recorded like 3 mixtapes. Like I
Yeah.
just had
Yeah.
everybody rotating on verses. Like giving everybody like the topic, go, topic, go, topic, go. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And shout out to journalists, shout out to Animal Chief, shout out to DJ King David. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole Mountain Climber Squad. Shout out to Piranha. You know what I'm saying? And everybody else who used to rock with the team, man. We really did that, man. We really was up in there going crazy from my mixtape to their mixtape. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to the crew mixtape, the Mountain Climbers mixtape. And we did like 4 days straight. And I remember coming outside because I hadn't been outside in 4 days, and the light kind of like blinded me because I hadn't been outside in 4 days. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
was just in there working, grinding,
Yeah.
and then that's when
Eat, sleep, rap. Eat,
that
sleep, rap. Eat, sleep,
yeah,
rap.
that's when proof. That's when proof hit me. Came up to the studio, and was like, "Yo, want to do this? Want to do this situation with you?" You know what I mean? And from there on, it was up. It was history.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah. No, it was definitely a sad day in hip hop, not just in Detroit when Proof got when that happened and shit. That
Yeah,
situation. Yeah,
yeah.
it was.
I mean, Yeah, when D12 was coming up with purple pills and stuff, I mean, we've talked about this between us. Is Gutta and I have different situations of meeting Proof and stuff, and I got to meet him when he was touring. And he came out to the AZ, and I got to meet him. We had a bad turnout, but like Proof gave me the best like pep talk ever. I didn't know him from a can of paint, but like, dude, he just came over there. How's that crowd? And it was like, we had a bad turnout, but he turned it around. He just goes, sometimes it's like that.
Yeah. Proof, man. He was different, man. If you was in the studio with him, man, he's another one, man. He was like you would have to be careful because he liked to prank everybody. You know what I'm saying? So you'd have to be careful
I caught
because
that vibe just from when I met him. Yeah, a little bit. I just kind of he was kind of
definitely. He loved to prank people, man, and stuff, man. So
yeah. Is we came off, it was like, the person I was opening up with, he wasn't getting a very good positive response. Those bottles wasn't coming towards my way. It was coming his way, but, come down there. But, but then when I got off there, I met Proof and stuff. He was
Proof gave you a pep
cool
talk,
as hell.
gave some positive energy and shit. It was like, fuck them.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck that crowd.
Yeah. Well, exactly. He was, no, and the thing is, the guy I was opening up with didn't even go over there to, like, dude, really, dude, it's D12 over here. I said, "What's up to everybody?" But it was cool.
Yeah,
it was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I miss my brother, man.
Have you done anything with Foulmouth? Because I was like, I know the Bizarre working with. Is it Foulmouth, right?
Yeah, Foulmouth. No, I'm pretty sure we're gonna cross paths because he be with Busy all the time. So definitely gonna.
Yeah, I didn't know if he crossed paths. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely get with him though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like what he doing.
Yeah,
I like what he doing. I like what they doing.
Oh, right. Okay.
Middle finger music.
Well, let's make it happen. I mean, we had him on. Yeah, we try and make those connections happen, man.
Yeah, we got
let's make it happen.
I know probably know Fat Ray. We got Fat Ray coming on in a couple weeks and shit.
That's my dog. Me and Fat Ray talking about getting the record in. Yep. Yes, sir. Yeah, it's definitely time. Definitely been time. You know what I'm saying? Him, Stretch Money, all those guys, man.
Stretch Money, man. Yeah, Stretch Money, Valid, man. Yeah, Valid. Yeah.
Everybody, man, from him to V Styles to, I mean, if you in Detroit and you doing it, man, I rock with you. Whether I know you or not, I fuck with you, and you know what I'm saying, and I give you the utmost respect because it's a Detroit thing. You know what I mean? And back in the days, everybody used to be kind of segregated. My crew, this crew, that crew, that crew. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Raw Collection. Shout out to Redbone. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole Raw Collection, man. Beretta. You know what I'm saying? Everybody over there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's time for everybody to come together. You know what I'm saying? And even if you're not doing it no more, support these young people that is doing it. You know what I'm saying? And don't be afraid to get with the youth and mix it up with them. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Yeah. That's my mindset.
I like that because for a while, I used to always ask that question all the time. Do you think that we could bridge that gap between the old head and / new head type thing right there? Do you think it's just like some people need to get out of their ways on both sides, right?
I think so. I think the old heads need to just recognize that these young people, they coming from a different era. They not coming from the backpack era of writing rhymes like us. You know what I'm saying? They coming from a different era, but you can still work with them, you know what I'm saying, and embrace their energy. You know what I'm saying? They just coming from a different world. You know what I mean? These is really trap babies. These is really kids that had to sell drugs for real. You know what I'm saying? And get it out the mud for real, for real, for real. And a lot of people in our era, not everybody had to do what they had to do. You know what I mean? You was, some people was, don't get me wrong now, some people was, but
studio gangsters.
But they just decided not to rap about it. But these kids decided to rap about it.
Right.
So you gotta respect, you know what I'm saying, the Peasies and the, I like to say it's the Juan generation, you know what I mean, that came up under him. You know what I'm saying? And they really was out here doing this on another level. You know what I'm saying? So they speaking their truth. And I respect it.
That's what's up.
I think that was dope what they did a couple years back at Little Caesars Arena. 42
Oh,
Dub put
yeah,
together
that right there,
with
like a peace treaty.
Not Eastside Cheddar Boys, with Team Eastside and Doughboys Cash Out. They brought them together,
Oh
did that
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, to me,
That
I
was
seen that
dope.
as like a peace treaty that like damn was epic.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. We was pushing that thing. We was pushing that thing. Me and DJ Butter. Shout out to DJ Butter, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
He
shout out DJ Butter, hell yeah,
yeah.
we
he
rock
don't
with
get a lot
DJ.
of his flowers like he should too, man. But shout out to DJ Butter on a lot of stuff that he did for me. You know what I'm saying? And we was riding around town. You know what I'm saying? With some Detroit legends from the street. You know what I mean? I don't even want to say no names, but we was riding around town with
You
some
good? You
real
good? Yeah,
legends
this
from
ain't
the
Adam
street
22. This ain't Adam
to
22. So yeah, you
yeah
good.
to put that shit to bed. And we have people on both sides like, man, fuck that. We ain't trying to fuck with them niggas. We want to kill them niggas. And we was like, yo, bro, everybody got to put that shit down. And like me and Butter actually was the first people to start trying to get the East and the West together. And we talked to, and the I would say one of the first people who really understood it on a business side and for the city was
You cutting out, bro.
It cut out for a minute, my brother. Yeah,
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can y'all
yeah,
hear
yeah,
me?
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, we got you now. Yeah, like I don't know, the signal cut off for a minute, so it cut you out right
Yeah.
when you said yeah. So
Yeah. Me and Butter, like I said, me and Butter was like the first people to try to get the East Side and the West Side to kill the beef. And man, a lot of people weren't trying to hear it, but one person who did see it and say, you know what, I hear what y'all saying was Icewear Vezo. You know what I'm saying?
oh man,
Shout out to Icewear
man,
Vezo. Like, and this was like in the heat. This was like in the heat of it. But he was just getting ready to go do his time in the feds.
Right.
He was just getting ready to go. So I think his mentality was changing. You know what I'm saying? He was growing and getting better. And I think he really seen the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? I mean, both sides
mhm.
had lost people. You know what I mean? Both sides had,
Yes,
went through, what I'm saying, some stuff and everything. We don't need to rehash it, but both sides took
yeah,
some L's, both sides took some W's, and it was like, the big W is gonna be for the whole city when they see
yes,
everybody come together and put down the violence and stand strong next to each other. That's what's gonna
mm,
really really light this mug up, man. And
yeah,
so to actually see that happen, man, like, man, that brought tears to my eyes, bro. For real. Because
yeah,
that them doing that opened up the door for Detroit in the industry in a major, major way. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
world was able to see, like, okay, Detroit, because we've always had a rep for just being some gangsters, and somebody gonna get killed. You know what I mean?
Right.
Type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, that's just always been how we've been viewed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
yeah. With,
That's how they always see us. They don't
oh
see
yeah.
us no other way.
Mm. Oh
You know
yeah,
what I
I
mean?
mean, I faced it when like to go, going to visit out there, like linking up with Dice and everything. Oh yeah, make sure you don't get killed and shit like that. And it was,
Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean? You
and
riding
yeah,
around, you know what I'm saying, strapped up. You don't know what
mm,
could happen. And if
yeah,
Detroit, we look different.
yeah.
You can't get into no rap beef with nobody in Detroit and then think it's gonna just stay on the record.
Right.
Man, that shit gonna turn into
Well,
somebody
yeah,
getting killed. You know what I mean?
yes.
You got it. You
Mhm.
got it. You got it. You got to dead that shit immediately
But, I mean,
because
yeah,
you know somebody gonna get hurt. You know what I mean?
amen.
Unfortunately, it's sad to say, but that's true. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
So to see the city, to see them move like that, man, man, that was man. I said, man, it brought tears to my eyes, bro. I was so grateful, man, for my city, man, for my people, man. You know what I mean? Like, man, that I think that was probably one of the best days in Detroit ever, right there, man. For real.
Yeah. No. Yeah, it was definitely like, yeah, overdue, and it was, everything was peaceful, everything was,
Yeah, we were talking to
but
Jay Nutty
Yeah,
about that. We
like
asked Jay Nutty if there would ever be a rock bottom like street lord reunion, if that could ever happen. He was
mm,
like 10 years ago, I probably would have told you no, but he was like, now today, he's like, I can see that happening. You know what I'm saying? Just for the city, he said, I know the city would love to see that.
man, the city would love to see that, man. That would
yeah.
be,
Mm,
I mean, man, that would be like, man, like really, that would be different. Man, man, that would be great, man. I ain't gonna lie to
yeah.
you about that. That would be, man. Rock bottom street lords. I mean, just to know the history of our city, man.
Right.
You know, just to know the history of our city. Like I said, both sides. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Taking
Mm-hmm.
L's. You know what I'm saying? Taking losses. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Coming together. Yes.
and then everybody coming together like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's maturity right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt, no doubt.
Man.
But
Well, I mean, this is gonna be a tough question because, like, we ask a lot of people, but we've mentioned so many names right here. This might be even tougher, and you can even pass on this question. I was gonna say, do you have a Mount Detroit more? Because there's so much flavor there. I
yeah,
always try and break it down, be like, for generations, if you have one, because, like,
Oh
there's so many.
man,
Yeah. If you have a Mount
that
Detroit,
shit.
yeah.
You
And
know
you can
what?
pass
I'm
on
gonna
the
be,
question because they're like,
man. You talking about some of the greatest rappers of ever, man. You talking about like Royce 5'9", Elzai, like,
Amen. Yeah, voice, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like Royce is like one of my favorite rappers ever. You know what I'm saying? Out of Detroit, like, you know what I mean? Like when you talk about spitting, Elzai. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then when you look at this new generation, you know what I mean? And there's so many people from even back then in my era, like I'm just bringing up two. You know what I mean? Like, man, females, Redbone, you know what I mean? Like, I
There's
I
low. There's
couldn't I
low.
couldn't call it, man.
Yeah.
Dej Loaf, yep. You know what I
There's
mean?
low.
Like,
Yeah.
shout out to Dej Loaf and the whole Dej Loaf family. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be able to call it, bro. Like that. I wouldn't even want to disrespect nobody. You know what I'm saying? By just putting a few people up there.
right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, but if I had to pick, like, what's that? Like 4 people?
Yeah,
Well, I mean, we always give it like, 4, like, plus an honorable mention. But yeah,
yeah, it's hard
but
to
what
do.
we're
Like,
talking
it's too
about
hard
today
to
is
do.
like this one's even tougher because I think we mentioned a lot of names right there already earlier. So
Right. Everybody
yeah,
do your best. You could be on
yeah,
there. We can switch it real quick. We got
All I
another.
know is,
yep.
Go
I
ahead.
know, I know for a fact, Juan would be up there,
Okay.
Dope.
and
All right, yeah,
obviously,
all right, yeah.
obviously, M would be up there. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't care how you slice it, you can't take Eminem out the picture, man. You
Right.
can't. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
Mhm.
Now, after that, oh my God. You
I
know
always
what I'm
got to say
saying?
Awesome Dre. I always got to say Awesome Dre. Just like if we're
Oh
talking the
man.
generation thing, I always say is Awesome Dre, man.
Oh, we're talking about generation, like everybody in it, then God
Uh,
knows, man.
well,
I'm,
yeah, no,
I'm not
yeah.
even
Oh,
gonna
okay, yeah.
even.
You
I'm,
talk.
I'm not. I'm not even gonna say because I'm not getting myself jammed up with my city. That's too. That's too much. That's too heavy right there.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. All right.
You know what I mean? I
Right.
mean, come on. When you say it like that, you cannot not mention Awesome Dre.
Right.
You know what I mean? You
Boom,
can't.
boom.
And then
Detroit's
you
most
got
wanted.
Chaos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Then you got
You know what I mean? Like a day with a rhyme probably is probably better than, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come
No, right
on,
there.
man. A day without a rhyme. Come on, man. That was better than half the music that was out back then.
Boom. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
like,
a fact.
you know, if we want to keep it all the way 1,000, you know what I'm
What's that?
saying?
Yeah.
Like a day without a rhyme was like the Mercer Samir
Yeah.
was, you know what I mean? You didn't want to run into him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know what I think? I don't think it should just be like a 4 or 5 thing. I think it should just be a Detroit Mountain with everybody's,
Boom.
you know what I'm saying, face up there. You know what I'm saying? Because, and the reason why I say that is because you got so many different styles of rap, right? You got you got the JD era of music, straight backpack hip hop, loops, beats. You know what I'm saying? Gritty. You know what I mean? You got Detroit Most Wanted, Rap Mafia, straight up, Kingpin, get your ass killed. You know what I mean? AWOL.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you got, you had our era that was like kind of like both. You know what I'm saying? Then obviously my cousin Juan and them, they came back. That was like street, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Straight up, you know what I mean? We don't gotta even say you know what it is. If you know, you know, you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Them Rock Bottom and all of them, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Big Hurt. We ain't talk, man. Come on, man. We ain't mentioned Big Hurt name.
Man. Yeah.
K
Man.
Deezy.
Shout out Big Hurt.
Big
That's
Hurt,
the
K
whole-
Deezy. They had some of the biggest records. Hey, listen, K Deezy and Big Hurt probably had the biggest run I've ever seen in Detroit.
That's a fact.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Chopper in the trunk.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, come on, man. They probably had the biggest run.
Your phone's breaking up.
Yeah, you cutting out right now. So I don't know if you got like some areas where it's cutting. Yeah, cutting the signal. Yeah, but it always happens like that when we talking deep. It's the funny part.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can hear you. Yeah, hear you
Can y'all
loud
hear
and
me
clear.
now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Now it's fading out again.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh boy. Blade, I mean, come on, Blade Icewood, rest in peace, Blade Icewood. How can we not bring up Blade? The whole world does the Blade dance. The whole world doing the Blade dance to this day.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
No,
forever.
that's a fact. A fact.
That's forever.
No doubt.
And not mention Blade Icewood.
No, you got to mention Blade. Blade got to be on the Mount Rushmore if there's one in Detroit. You got to put Blade up there.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Blade.
How about a Mount Rushmore?
Man.
How about a Mount Rushmore of like producers? What would you think? Like producers, maybe that might be. I mean, that's tough too. But I mean, just all around, just like hands down, like from the front, if that helps.
I mean, obviously, everybody's gonna say Jay Dilla for sure. Damn, man.
I mean, it's hard for that. It's hard
What's
to
his
do
name, man? God.
Yeah, and I didn't mean to put you on the spot with that. Yeah, I mean,
And that would be hard to do too and shit. You got DJ Loaf, DJ Hithouse, DJ Butter. You got, I mean.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, right there. Yeah. Even Drunken Mass right there with the DJs too.
Man, yeah, like, man, damn, bro. Kid, you got, man, damn, what's his name, man? I'm tripping right now, man. I should know his name. In fact, I'm ready to work with him. Shoot, White Mike on production.
Hell of a, as far as the younger generation is killing it and shit.
Oh,
Helluva is probably like, I was gonna say that's Helluva is, man. Shout out to Helluva, man. I can't wait to work with Helluva, man. Um, Helluva is probably like, I would say, keeping it on his back for Detroit. As far as like producing some of the biggest records for like, you know, a bunch of international artists. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
From Yo Gotti on down. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like Helluva is really that dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Everybody,
But I mean,
everybody
like,
looks for him like for a beat. You know, just something.
yeah, but like Kid was doing all of that street lord music back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, man, let me be quiet, man. There's
A lot
so
of
many
people didn't
people,
know
No,
that
man.
that's
Trick
good.
Trick was a
Yeah.
dope producer. You know what I'm saying? Trick's a dope producer. He was a dope ass producer. People don't know that.
Trick. I think I was in the studio when he was making Welcome to Detroit.
Man,
Oh,
He
oh
was
shit.
over there. He was over there. He was on the keyboards.
yeah,
He
Oh
was on the
shit. I didn't
keyboard.
know that.
that's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 You
That
know
right
what I'm
there.
saying?
Yeah, that right there. Yeah.
Me and him got some crazy history, man. Because at one time, like we was like at odds, but he was still Uncle Trick. You know what I mean? It's kind of like one of those things where you get into it with your peoples, but you still respect them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
But we was at odds. But you know, all praises due to God. Me and his brother ended up doing movies together.
Yeah, he's in a lot of shit. I
You
seen
know
him
what I'm
in a lot of
saying?
movies.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So it kind of like brought you guys a
His
little
brother
bit closer.
popping.
Like,
Ball
oh,
popping,
okay.
yeah. So that really, I remember he came to Atlanta and they was like, yeah, this strike building. And he didn't know what type of energy I was gonna be on. And I was like, man, that shit was 15 years ago, man. We all grown, man. Hell with all that stupid stuff. You know what I mean? Plus,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Trick, his brother to me is still iconic for our city. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
he that guy. So at the end of the day, it's like, you know what I'm saying? You might not like something somebody do, which really, to be honest, man, when I go back and think about it, man, we got into a fight at Bruce Mama's house. We always would get into it every blue moon because everybody be drinking and stuff. And Trick just kind of got caught in the middle of it. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like he got caught in the
Yeah.
middle of something that ain't have nothing to do with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So really, it was no real thing against him at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know. So
Real
I
talk.
love Trick. I love family. I love his brothers, man. I got no issues with them, man. They leaders of the city. You know what I'm saying? Detroit needs Trick. We all need him. You know what I'm saying? I can do nothing but appreciate him. You know what I mean? And that's being grown. You know what I'm saying? You know, we ain't little kids. You know what I'm saying? We grown, good and grown. In fact, I remember hitting him up saying, "Yo, man, I got a movie that I want to get you in." He was like, "When you shooting it?" You know what I'm saying? And this was like,
Mhm.
you know, a few years after all that shit had happened. You know what I'm saying? And for him to hit me back and be like, "When you shooting it?" You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Damn, that's cool." And then, you know, obviously I've been to Detroit 1,000 times. Like, you know, that's my city too. Still, you know what I mean? We all are Muslims, so you know, like, you know, I got family east side, west side, 7 Mile. Obviously, Juan is my cousin, so you know, it's, you know, it ain't like nobody's scared or nothing like that. It's just a form of respect. You know what I mean? It's like when you
Yes.
get older, you just got to have some accountability and some respect and be able to be a peace person. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
bro ain't doing nothing but being good for the city and try to, you know, just, you know, keep some food on the table for his family.
No doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Uncle Trick.
No doubt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh,
Trick.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Shout out to Trick. Yeah.
they still play that every time you come to Detroit to a sporting event. They still play that song "Welcome to
Yeah.
Detroit City" in the stadiums and shit when they so, still to this
As they
day.
should, as they
Right.
should, forever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like a staple right
forever.
there. You know, a staple anthem. Yeah.
No
Yep.
doubt. Well, it was definitely an honor having you out here, Strike Money. Is there
Hell yeah,
anything
man.
else you want? I want to make sure you put like how people can get a hold of you, how they can get a hold of your merch, the movies
Yeah,
you
because
got coming
I feel
out.
yeah, because if you want to do a part two for sure, man, too as well. Because I was like, man, I hope you had a good time rocking with us. Like for so because
Man, anytime, man. Definitely had a great time rocking with y'all, man. On Instagram, Strike Money, Strike Cash on Facebook, official Strike Money on IG. You know what I'm saying? www.strikemoneyclothing.com. You know what I mean? Hit me up, man. Let's work. Let's get something in. Let's do it. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
like what's the best way they could reach you? Like if they were to inbox you, also too. I was gonna say, because like
Probably
through
Instagram would
Instagram.
probably be the fastest. Yeah, official Strike
Okay,
Money.
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, we try and always do that. Make sure that somebody want to reach out to you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no doubt.
definitely.
And we look
Yeah.
forward to your upcoming projects, the movies and the music. And we definitely help
Yeah,
promote it, post, share it around, put
yeah,
our people up on it. You know what I'm saying? As we
yeah.
get people come out, we're looking forward to that and everything else you got going on.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
like real talk. I enjoyed this interview personally, man. It was just like honored to
Yeah,
meet
no
you and
doubt.
stuff like that. And yeah,
Most
I think we
definitely,
could have.
most definitely.
I
Man,
think
it's
we
an
could have
honor to
like
meet y'all,
continued.
man, for real.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no doubt. Because I was definitely a fan of the mountain climbers back in the days. I mean, I
yeah.
was at a show backstage. We was with my homeboy George from Southwest Detroit. I don't know if you remember George, who only had one tooth, bald headed George, little short George from Southwest. But we was backstage at the D12 second record release party of the second album. I remember M wasn't at that one, but I remember the mountain climbers was in the building. And George knew the mountain climbers, like that's some mountain climbers over there and shit, you know what I'm saying? And I remember y'all was cool as fuck. I remember D12 was all cool as fuck, you know what I'm saying? I was kind of like, where's M at though, you know what I'm saying? Why ain't M back here, you know what I'm saying? M should be here, he part of D12, but it is, I think he was out of the country or some shit, you know what I'm saying? The timing of it was wrong, but
Yeah.
I think that was at the State or the Fox. I can't remember. It was one of them joints down there on Woodward and shit. But that was that record release. But I remember
I
meeting
think it was at the State Theater.
yeah, the second record
Yep.
release.
State Theater, I remember.
Yeah.
Hmm?
But my boy George, he knew Proof and shit. He used to cause Proof used to come to the Sting over on Michigan Ave in Southwest. And my boy George
Man,
knew him real good.
lived this thing, man. God damn.
Yeah.
Woo, Lord. We
It
lived in
should
this thing, man.
But yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You always told me about that. Like when me and Dice did it, you said that was proof spot.
Yeah, we brought Brother
It was
Well,
Marquise
thing.
here to Detroit. Well, Monte Cristo did. Not rest in peace, Brother Marquise. But after we had interviewed him, he had
yeah,
came to Detroit, did a show at the Sting, and Blatonio came up from Arizona, went on stage with Dice and shit. Fucking, that was just right before
Yeah,
Brother Marquise had passed. Like what, 2 years ago? Not even.
yeah,
So
yeah. If
yeah.
that, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. We lived in
That
this
that
thing,
to me
man.
was
May
epic,
God have
knowing that
mercy
was
on
that
us,
was the
forgive us,
spot.
man. Lord knows.
Yeah,
That was the
yeah,
spot, man.
yeah.
the
You heard
spot.
what
Yeah.
happened to it now, right? It's shut down now. They shut the Sting down.
Oh yeah,
Really?
Yeah, somebody
yeah.
Too much.
some teenagers or something was up in there and they raided it.
Yeah, I don't know. They got in, they got let in, so the bouncers let them in, and then that got them shut down. So yeah,
Yeah, it was kind of fucked up because we had just
Yeah,
booked a show there for Cuban Link to come up here from ex-member of Terror Squad, Cuban Link from the Bronx, and we just
yeah,
booked the
yeah,
show.
yeah,
We had
yeah,
just booked all that. We was doing the flight plans, the hotel, all that shit, and then the next day it got raided and shit, and it was all over the news.
oh,
Somebody seen them live in there. One of the kids went live. One of the teenagers up in there. But they do rap shows. Some of them kids is young that be rapping, them teenagers. They be like 19, 20 and shit up there rapping. So,
right.
I mean, what kind of crowd you gonna draw? They
Yeah.
wasn't. So, you gonna use it as a music venue, then it shouldn't be a gentleman's club at that moment and shit. But I mean, that Detroit always had the strip club shows. You know what I'm saying? We've always been known for that. I mean, Detroit was
that
doing it
right there.
for.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
it's unheard
yeah,
of.
yeah.
Atlanta, I think Atlanta tried to like ride off of that
Atlanta
coattail,
adopted that
but it
from
was like
Detroit, though.
Detroit.
Atlanta did. They copied
Mm,
it and made it a staple,
yeah,
definitely.
No,
Yep,
yeah,
yeah.
yep,
But it came from the D. It came
yeah,
from the D. Yeah, because it was like yeah.
no doubt.
Because
Well,
yeah.
over here in AZ that it hasn't taken off, but it was like I've been trying to pitch that, but make sure that it's mentioned where it came from first. Yeah,
no doubt. But yeah,
That's all good, man.
and
That's sure.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
definitely
but definitely we had a good time with
yeah.
you. Like we'd like to reschedule again. You know, like if you down, if you had a good time rocking
Man,
with
I'm
us,
down,
man.
man. Let's circle back, man. Especially when I got these projects dropping out, man. I would love to come out here and talk about them, and you know what I'm saying, play a
Yeah,
trailer or something on here and some shit, man, and really dig in, man. I really appreciate y'all taking time out to interview me as well, man. I've been looking forward for this for the last few months, man. So this has been a great opportunity for me, man. Pleasure meeting both of y'all, man. And now y'all family. You know, we locked in. We family for life around here, man. That's how we do it, man. So
oh man, we
I can't
on it.
wait to circle back, man. And let's get back on here. You know what I mean? Maybe we could try to get like Bazaar on here too. You know what I'm saying? Get a couple
Ooh,
people, Obi Trice,
okay.
make this shit like really crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we
Like,
can do
you know what I'm
that.
saying? Try to get some of the legends on here too with me.
Let's do that.
Yeah. I
We do
just
Yeah.
talked to
episodes.
All
Obi
right.
Trice.
Speaking of which, like
Shit,
send anybody
like
like, you know, our
Yeah,
way
yeah,
too.
let's do
Yeah, that's
that.
what we
Because
just
we've
said.
had
Send
round
anybody.
tables, we've
I
done that.
will. I'll tell him. Okay,
Yeah.
for sure. I'll
Most
holler at him.
Yeah.
I
definitely.
just talked to Obi like a couple weeks ago. We was all on FaceTime.
Yeah, shout out Obi.
Man,
Yeah, that's what's up. I see he
Obi,
just
yeah.
signed with Conor McGregor. Didn't he sign with Conor
Yeah,
McGregor?
he got a new album he pushing too.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
So he
love
Yeah.
want
lose
us to
that
go. He
guy.
want us all to go on tour together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'd be
That's what's
dope.
up.
yeah.
That'd be
Hell yeah.
dope. Yeah, because we've
Yeah.
had round tables where we had like at the same time we had Jay Nutty, we had Stretch Money, we had
Yeah.
DJ Los, Jack Frost, Monty Chris, all on at the same platform. So that'd be dope. We do something like that, do
Crystal.
another round table
Jay
like that.
O'Neill. Yeah.
Yeah,
Jay O'Neill. Yeah.
Jay O'Neill was
That's all
on it.
right.
Yeah,
All my guys right there. Everybody you mentioned.
yeah.
Major respect.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's definitely an honor
Yeah.
to have Strike Money added to the
Yeah.
list. Episode 348 of the Hood Smoker Podcast, the legends we've had on here. Especially always an honor having a Detroit legend, you know what I'm saying, on here, because that's the home team.
Yeah,
Even
man.
though we represent for all of
For
hip hop,
sure.
Detroit's the home team, you know what I'm
Hell yeah.
saying? So it's
Yeah.
definitely an honor.
Because I'm not sure
No doubt,
if we're
man. No
friends or
doubt.
if we're following each other, but definitely I want to link up with you too, man.
I'll definitely make sure we do that, man. As soon as we get up off
Yes,
this joint.
sir.
Yep.
Well, I know you said you had to hit the studio and all that, and I know your phone's probably been going off like crazy. So take care of your business. I know you're busy. Stay working. Keep grinding, dog. We gonna keep supporting this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing but love.
Yeah. Yep. And anything that you got new up and
Man, I
coming,
love
man,
y'all.
send it our way
Man.
because we'll promote it.
Thank you, man.
No doubt. That's Strike Money, y'all.
Man, I
Make sure y'all.
appreciate y'all, man.
It's
Definitely.
definitely an honor. Yeah.
We appreciate
Salute,
you
y'all.
too.
Peace to everybody in the
Yeah.
chat. I see y'all. It's all
Peace.
love.
It's-
Shout out to everyone in the chat. Go check out Strike Money and check out everything he got going on. You know what I'm saying? Detroit to the world, hip hop. We out of here, y'all. Peace. The Hood Smoker Podcast.
Yeah.
Peace out, y'all. I'm Jay Gutta.
Fire up the ganjas.
Good
Drinking
evening.
OEs.
It's time. Yes. On behalf of the Hood Smoker Podcast, we would like to say,
What up, though?
as the list of legends keeps continuing to go on and on and on, we keep the questions strong. Other platforms stir the pot, you don't have to.
Take that.
Other platforms do that every, you don't have to.
Take that.
Get your smoke, get your drink, get all your cake snacks, and get ready for the Hood Smoker Podcast.
What up, though?
Welcome.
What up, though?
Welcome.
Hood Smokers Podcast on Wednesday and Saturday night. Jay Gutta and brotherkingx and Blatonio Todd. Hood Smokers Podcast on Wednesday and Saturday night. Jay Gutta and brotherkingx and Blatonio Todd.
What up,
Get
though?
out of here, though. How do I get out of here now, y'all?